Welcome back to News Geelong on this Friday evening as we turn to local Geelong sport with our very own sport official, Nathan Curry. Good evening, Nathan.
Thank you very much, Meryl, and good evening to you too, and good evening, everyone. Tonight we're focusing on the Geelong and District Football League final series, and News Geelong's Cal Lowther caught up with Bellpost Hill coach Brent Gergic after his side's big win over Werribee Centrals on the weekend.
Brent, good win today. Obviously, they were competitive early, but after half-time, you're very much in control and just slammed on the goals.
Yeah, someone was saying that then. I'm not sure if it was maybe looked at it like that, but though it was a big third quarter, I reckon. They threw everything at us and we were one man down. Yeah. And as I just said before, maybe the scoreboard might have flattered us a bit because I reckon for 2.5, 3 quarters, it was pretty full-on game. That was probably the toughest game we played in a couple of weeks, I suppose. So. Big bodies and they're pretty hard at it, so I think a few of our boys are a little bit sore, but as I said, I think the scoreboard may have flattered us a bit in the end.
Yeah, the contested footy, obviously, especially for the first 2 quarters, they were going tit for tat. Every time you get a goal, they'd get a goal, and it looked like it was going to be a big shootout.
Yeah, well, we really don't want to get into a shootout, I suppose, and we sort of back our backs to beat their opponents, and our midfielders put enough pressure on them to help them out. So if it gets into a shootout, I don't think it sort of suits us too much. So yeah, as I said, we didn't really want to get into it. But like you said, they were probably beating us to the stoppages and centre clearances for probably 3 quarters, and that's why they were able to probably stay in the game.
What's the go with training for obviously you're in a grand final, so what are you going to do with training? You're going to have just one session this week or just go normally or have a session on Saturday? How will you go about it?
Yeah, we'll probably have a session on Saturday, and Tuesday night we probably will do something different and maybe have a light session Thursday and then train Saturday and then back into normal training for the next week for the grand final.
Any injuries?
No, nothing. There was a few guys myself. I was cramping, and I think one of the 2 of the other blokes had a cramp as well. So, as I said, tough game like that, it takes it out of you.
Yeah. All right. Thanks very much, Brent.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Cal was all over the GDFL on the weekend as he also caught up with East Geelong skipper Ryan Coy after their win over Bannockburn in the semi-final.
Ryan, probably by your own admission, had a pretty bad game as a side, but in the last quarter you were able to dig deep and get a result.
Yeah, look, it's sort of been the way we've gone about it this year. We haven't been, on top of our game at all this year. So, to be able to run over the top of a team again gives us good confidence with our fitness and stuff. But we just need to play 4 quarters. We've shown everyone what our best is, but if we put it together for 4 quarters, we can beat anyone. But we just aren't doing it, and you can't play 1 quarter here, 1 quarter there. But having said that, it was just an awesome, character building. I thought we were gone. A lot of blokes thought we were gone, but we still kept at it, and we turned 22-point deficit, into a lead in the space of about 5 minutes. So if we can turn it on like that, it just shows like what we are capable of.
Yeah. Where do you think it turned for you? Just as you said, you were 22 points down and your side looked dead and buried. Where do you think you dug deep? Where do you think you just got that bit of momentum?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we started putting a lot more pressure on the ball carrier for them. In the third quarter, they were getting it across half back and having just a lot of time to be able to spot a target and sort of just clear it out of the half back line with no pressure whatsoever. We started chasing from behind. We started landing a few tackles, and it's amazing what a bit of pressure does. And they start slapping it on the boot, and I don't know. We just get on a roll, and we're hard to stop. But I think just our urgency around the contest in the tackles. We lost a lot of 50-50 ball today, and in the last quarter, we just started to win those 50-50s and to actually stick a few tackles. So that was important.
Yeah. And just finally, the young blokes, Sponner, Jennings, and Ververs, they really played an important role in that last quarter, and they're really starting to do well for you up forward. Yeah,
well, Sponner and Ververs probably for the last month or so haven't had much game time. When they've played, so to have some fresh legs in that last half was important. Sponner with his big long goal, he called it early. I didn't think it was going to make it, but he knew he'd hit it well off the boot. HR out the side, that's Ververs just on the wing. Just won a lot of 50-50 ball, and Geno's been down for about a month, so for him to have a good game at the right time of the year is important.
Thanks for that, Cal. In keeping with the GDFL theme, News Geelong caught up with Roger and Leslie Matheson. Roger was the 2008 VCFL Volunteer of the Year and still helps out at the Winchelsea Football Club and the GDFL during the final series.
Here at St Albans Oval, where they've got the semi-finals, but it isn't your home ground, is it, Roger and Leslie Matheson? What's your involvement with Winchelsea?
At the present time, I'm Vice President of the club, and I'm also the umpires coordinator for the netball section, and I play in the D grade team.
You've been involved for how many years?
34 years. I came to Winchelsea in 1976 as a teacher there, and I'm still there.
And Roger, what's your involvement with the club now? I hear that you do lots and lots of work and you've been given awards for your efforts.
I have an accidental association with the Eastern Reserve and Winchelsea Football Club, or Football Netball Club, correctly, this time of the year. And yeah, it's an association I've had for quite a length of time, but dominated by more recent years with my association with my lady.
All right, so you like to be involved as a volunteer as much as you possibly can?
Well, there's lots of things around that people won't do, but some people are prepared to do them for the sake of the sport and your club.
And what is it that you get out of doing all of those extra jobs for everyone?
It's long answers to a lot of these questions, but I guess the longer you've been somewhere, the more you appreciate the value of the sport, which is more than the club or the team.
It's about a community, isn't it?
Exactly.
And so do you think you'll be involved with Winch for a long time to come?
Well, we've got three daughters and one son. Our son's still playing football, and we've got two daughters playing. So I guess while they're still playing, and we'll still be involved. And we our heart and soul is in the club, and it's for the benefit of the community. And of course, we can see a great future for the club, because we've just been awarded a $2.5 million grant from the federal government to build a new community hub. So it's going to be, a great over the next 18 months. It's just going to be very exciting for. Not just for the club, but for the whole community.
Well, Winchelsea is growing all the time now as well, isn't it?
Oh, it sure is, yes. And, once it's the ring road and the duplication of the highway, when it finally starts, it'll be fantastic.
Well, you were Volunteer of the Year in 2008 and you're still going strong, and I'm sure your efforts are greatly appreciated. Well done, Roger.
Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Noel.
Good to see people helping out their beloved clubs. Before I go tonight, congratulations to Modder Warriors Josh Finch. He's been awarded the 2010 Les Ash Medal for the best player in the BFL this season. And also on the GDFL, it's preliminary final this week, and we've got East Geelong playing Werribee Centrals for the last spot in the grand final. That's it for me in sport this week. I'll be back on Wednesday, but until then, it's back to you, Meryl.
Thanks, Nathan, and go Cats. Well, it's already the third day of spring, and with our weather queen, Lani Salathiel. Good evening, Lani. What's in store for us for this weekend?
Good evening, Meryl, and good evening, everyone. Let's take a look at the forecast. For tomorrow, we've got a cloudy and windy day with a bit of rain around, a maximum of 18. For Sunday, a cloudy day, a few scattered showers around in Geelong, a maximum of 14. And for the start of next week, Monday, a partly cloudy day, some isolated showers again, a maximum of 15. For Tuesday, a mostly sunny day, becoming cloudy in the afternoon, however, a maximum of 16. And for Wednesday, becoming cloudy, a maximum of 18. And today we had a cloudy day, some patchy rain to come later on this evening, a minimum of 4 and a maximum of 15. And if you're down on the surf coast in Anglesea, tomorrow night there's a charity event happening called Blow Asthma Away. It's to raise money for the Asthma Foundation in memory of Sue Vaughan, and it's happening at the Sea Eyes Cafe bar and restaurant down there in Anglesea. Head along, listen to some live music and support this great cause. So until next week, that's the weather.
Thanks, Lani. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Wednesday. And thank you for joining us on News Geelong. We look forward to your company on Wednesday night. I'm Meryl Friend, and together with all the team at News Geelong, have a good evening and a great weekend, and go Cats tonight.